Hello everybody. First of all, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for taking 3 or 4 minutes out to watch this brief clip. If you believe you're unlucky or lucky either way, you're totally correct. There's an old saying, luck is self-fulfilling prophecy. There's no question about that. There's an old saying from Henry Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company. He famously said, if you think you can or think you cannot, either way you're right. And that really says a lot about things, self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe you can do something, you probably can. And if you start to think with a positive attitude, positive things happen. It's the law of attraction. Now, the reason I'm saying what I'm saying tonight is because we've had a long discussion with the Securities and Exchange Commission in Canada, and we've managed to thrash out a bit of a deal, actually, to give our new investors on, especially FABA Canada, a wonderful pre-IPO opportunity, a special boost. Now, this is the early stages of funding, but it's going to be quite an express trade because my company has been around a long time now. We've been doing this for 11 years. I've been doing it for 27 years. But IPO Direct has been bringing companies to the markets and helping people go through the process of listing their companies on the stock exchanges for 11 years. Now, IPO Direct isn't a listed company. We don't need to be. We're a UK company, and we've got several of our brokers that will help you, through the process, guide you through the paperwork. It's not easy, but if there's anyone out there looking to bring their company to the stock exchange in any country, we've got a bit of a track record. We've done several in Frankfurt, Germany, which is very, very easy and successful compared with some countries. Hong Kong, the United States of America and Canada, of course. SEC is not so bad as many people think in America. The compliance procedures, there's around about 800 pages to go. So at the end of the day, it's all about experience and us knowing the shortcuts for you. But also we've listed dual listings where companies have listed on more than one stock exchange at the time. And that's what we're looking at for this one. I'm looking at Toronto, Canada, TSX on one exchange, and very possibly Hong Kong for another. The reason being is that this is a food-based product, and the food we're talking about, protein, it's a faba bean. It's very, very big indeed in the fish farm, livestock protein, and the animal feed world. Very, very big indeed. In fact, I am blown away by how big it is. If we were going to move, instead of Hong Kong, we'd probably do something in one of the Scandinavian countries, which has also been extremely receptive. And when I say extremely, I'm trying not to be overreactive. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, all the other Scandinavian countries have been very receptive because they're having a heck of a job providing enough clean, high-tech protein for the fish farms and salmon farms without the water being polluted. And we've got that solution. So there's a contract just being signed for €2 million a month for one household name. We can't name it yet unless you send an NDA in, non-disclosure agreement. And on the 1st of January 27, it's going to renew. So €2 million a month ongoing. And we've got 2 other major breakfast cereal companies for humans, that is, for some tweaking on the product. And just imagine if you put this on even 5 or 10% of the breakfast tables in the Western civilization, you're onto a winner. Now, we're offering this company at only $1 Canadian a share right now. Intrinsically, based on those 2 contracts I've just given you, which are signed, this is a speculation or maybe if, but it's done. When you become a shareholder in the company, you'll be getting regular newsletters, regular feed, and obviously you can contact IPO Direct directly, or you can even become put yourself on the mailing list for FABA directly. But there's no minimum, there's no maximum. If you're looking to park a bit of cash right now and step out of the markets, which are a roller coaster right now with this Iran war, with Russia and Ukraine going on, energy prices, and all the political upheavals, if you're in a pensioner maybe, or someone who's about to retire, or you've just got a lump sum, park it up. stabilize, lock it in. We can do that for you. No minimum, no maximum. We'll take care of it for you, and we'll show you how you can exit very, very profitably indeed. Okay, now look, tax is something we can't avoid completely, but I can show you how to manage it, and I can show you how to minimize it. Okay, we've got some really, really good tools and some good information. Now look, I'm 64 years old now. I'll be 65 this year. I'm also looking to be very careful with retirement funds. You know, when we look at what's going to be, what we expect in our later years, it's never what we think it's going to be when we get there. And you need to start to think about that now. So if you're in your 40s or 50s, put 100 grand in, put 50 grand in, let it grow. I'm looking here for some serious multiples. So what you should do, put a lump in, let it grow, let's get it listed, take your money back if you want to, your initial capital back, and leave some in there, because as the company grows, even from today, whatever you put in today, it immediately starts to grow. You don't have to wait for the company to list on a stock exchange or to sell or to merge or any of that nonsense. It starts to grow. Your money grows intrinsically from day one. All right? Now, I don't know about you, but if you have a look at what's happening with inflation right now, it's running pretty high. In fact, inflation is one of the highest taxes we pay. And at the moment, it's just running away with itself. We seem to have lost all control over the data. You know, 3 or 4% was high inflation one time or other. Now you're looking in some countries between 7 and 11%. I've even seen in South Africa 3 figures. It's just absolutely crazy, where the wheelbarrows are worth more than the money that they're carrying. So let's not even think about that. Let's look at stable growth and a really nice, consistent future. Now we're going to be giving this is the reason for this tape. We're going to be giving 7.5% discount on the stock. This is for 1 month, August 2026. 7.5 discount on the stock. The price remains the same at $1 Canadian per share, but you will get 7.5% additional shares. So for example, if you pay $100,000 in Canadian, your share certificate will reflect 107,500 shares, but you only pay 100,000. Okay. Now the other thing is, and this is great if you've had an experience before where you've bought stock, you bought shares 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you bought stock, it didn't list on an exchange, it hasn't gone to the stock exchange, you lost touch with the broker, they've gone bankrupt or whatever. We've got a deal going now, which we can keep going for about 180 days, not forever, whereby if you've got proof of purchase, you can actually give us what you have. For example, if you paid $50,000 worth of ABC stock and it didn't list on the Chinese stock exchange, all those shares got lost, but you've still got proof of purchase. Let us know what you've got, where you bought them, how many you got. We don't need to see your share certificates. We just need to have proof of what you've got and the fact that you own them. They're in your name. That's enough. Photocopy, a scan. Okay, now the reason I'm saying this is because we've been exploring loopholes in the accounting principles where we've spoken to the Canadian Securities and Exchange Commission, and this worked for me some years ago with an oil and gas company in Canada too. Now I know it works. Where we can credit you a certain percentage against the new investment on that stock.